Hello and welcome to this learning nugget of the follow-up phase, the last video in this module. In this video, I want to talk about the important elements of the follow-up process as I see that as an ongoing process throughout the year. So let's go quickly and dive into the elements. You remember when I talked about creating the plan, creating ideas, putting a plan down, talking about the possible courses to attend, trainings to go to. I consider one element really key in terms of making the plan valuable, but also recognizing or acknowledging the effort a direct report puts into the courses and give it meaning to what it actually brings to the organization. So for the agreed training or trainings, if you agree more than one course, I highly recommend that you have a conversation before your direct report attends the course, with a focus. That doesn't have to be a very long conversation, but a focus on what she wants to learn from this course and how it relates to the plan. And when your direct report comes back from the course, have another conversation. In the conversation, check what he or she's actually learned, how they're coming back, and check how they will use his or her learning in the job. What does it mean? What does it add? What does it bring? How useful was it for them to actually go to that course? That also puts an emphasis that they realize there's an investment from the company, but also from your side, and an interest in their development. So, and the other part is also then obviously next to the leader, you could have a role as a mentor or a coach. Coaching in the perspective of the way it's described these days, that the leader as a coach. Have a conversation about that when you put the plan together, but then throughout the year clarify it with your direct report on the supporting roles. Now, what role do you want to play? What role is he or she expecting from you to play? And when it's about the support, agree a process or a structure for the support. Is it a sure fix where it happens? Is it a separate meeting where you focus really on conversations about the development plan, the goals, and how to support them? It helps for the whole process that it becomes serious, respected, and valued also from your direct report. And you could also consider, rather than you being a mentor, that you ask other leaders in your organization to act as a mentor for your direct report. And the last, but certainly not least part, is ongoing feedback and documentation. So my clear, strongest push is ensure that you have regular feedback conversations, informal and formal. What do I mean with informal and formal? Informal is just kind of, if you have a sure fix, how things are going, occasionally you touch base and how is that process going, or how things are going. And the more formal way, or the formal way, will say, you know what, once a quarter, let's sit down. Where are you with your goals? Do we need to adjust? Where are you with your development plans? And make it much more formal in terms of the recording, and setting, maybe even reset objectives because things have changed, reorganization that wasn't foreseen, etc. But put it down and record it, and then obviously document it for yourself. The informal conversation, but also the formal conversation, because this is all material you get over the year that helps you to have a much easier process when it's appraisal time. And it is the way that it basically your next appraisal becomes a summary of all the feedback conversations, not all regurgitating what went wrong, but actually building on it. No, we had a feedback conversation about this is what happened, I have seen this improvement, I haven't seen an improvement. Okay, so it therefore it builds on it continuously, and it is then more in the whole process, it becomes more a developmental conversation rather than just a feedback conversation. So that's it. For me, it was the biggest thing I've changed in my later part of the career, that have ongoing feedbacks and ongoing and document these. It became much easier to do an appraisal. It wasn't a big thing, it was just a summary, and then talking, so what are you going to do about this? Okay, so that's it. That's the closure of this module as well. And I hope you enjoyed this video, learned from it, and learned from the whole module. And thank you for paying attention, engaging, and I wish you all the best for your future. Take care. Bye bye.